Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Shri Radhe. Jaya Shri Gopal, Shri Gopal, Shri Gopal, Jaya Shri Gopal. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Jai Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Gaura Haribol. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Haribol.
Hare Krishna. So, on behalf of Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir and Shri Lakshmi-Narayana Organizing Committee, we have great pleasure in welcoming all of you, especially our esteemed neighbors and who have been coming here every year in more and more numbers. We are very, very fortunate today that on this very auspicious day of the appearance of Shri Ramanujacharya, we also have the very auspicious presence of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Radhanath Swami does not need an introduction, but still, in just a very brief, just mentioning for those who may not have had the chance to see him or hear him, Maharaj has been in India now for the last 55 years, and his intensity and understanding of the true spirituality and culture of this country is something which has really drawn tens of thousands of people to really come closer to Krishna. And we really pray and hope that all of you really can get wonderful opportunity to take benefit of this rare opportunity of hearing His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Thank you very much.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Janaballabha Giri Varadhari Gopi Janaballabha Giri Varadhari Yasodhanandana Brajajanaranjana Yasodhanandana Brajajanaranjana Yamuna Tira Panachari Yamuna Tira Panachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janaballabha Giri Varadhari Gopi Janaballabha Giri Varadhari Yasodhanandana Brajajanaranjana Yasodhanandana Brajajanaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agyantimidandasya Gyananjanat Shalakaya Chakshurun Milidam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Vishvapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juthapatakamallam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajataham Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padaham Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhubhya evacha Munibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Satyadesharine. We welcome everyone to Shri Radha Gopinath Temple. We are very, very grateful for all our very esteemed guests, pilgrims, devotees, and everyone for coming together this evening. I believe the temple of Lakshmi-Narayana that is in the courtyard downstairs was established almost 100 years ago. I was told 1928. And I believe 60 years later, Radha Gopinath appeared in this temple that we are sitting. One century ago, when a temple was first established here on this property, the Lord, who knows past, present, and future, understood that we would be here today to celebrate. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavashani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kashchana. I know everything that's happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and everything that will come in the future. I also know every living being. But then Krishna says, but me no one can know in full. This principle is at the heart of Bhagavad Gita. Knowing God in truth means being aware that God knows us. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hridesharjanatishthati. The Supreme Lord is in the heart of every living being. This is a universal principle of Dharma that is so concisely and comprehensively described in Bhagavad Gita. That the eternal soul, the living force that is within us, through all the various stages of the body and the mind, is a part of God. Na jayate mriyate vakatachyat. For the jiva, there is no birth, there is no death. Asamsijirnani yathavihaya. This body is like a dress for the eternal soul. And the inevitability of the body is birth, and then we grow, and then we are maintained for some time, and we may produce offspring, and then we grow old and dwindle, and then inevitable, the body will separate from the soul, which is actually a change. Dehinosmin yata dehe. Just like we're changing through these stages, at what we call death, the soul simply changes into another form. According to our actions, our words, and our thoughts, we prepare ourselves for the destination of the soul after it leaves this body. And the principle of human intelligence is meant to help us to be aware of, in our pursuit of happiness, that both in this life and after this life, we are in a journey of an auspicious direction. Manmanabhava madbhakto madhyashim nam namaskuru. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, if we're absorbed in Krishna, if we're sincerely taking shelter of pleasing Krishna, then we will attain Krishna without fail. And Krishna is within our heart, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam, as the most intimate, loving, well-wishing friend of every living being. The extent we understand God within our own heart, we could recognize, appreciate, and love Krishna within the hearts of all living beings. The trees, the plants, the birds, the animals, and all varieties of human beings. And actually the testimony of one who is close to God is Vidyavanaya Samp, that we actually see the presence of God within all beings. What does that mean practically? It means the more we know God, the more we love God. And the more we love Krishna, the more we dedicate our lives naturally to be instrument of Krishna's love, which is expressed through compassion. And this truly is the greatest need in the world today. We have so many reasons to be divided, so many reasons to be partial according to our ahankar, our ego. But real enlightenment is to find real happiness, true happiness, eternal happiness in the loving service of the Supreme. And in this world, that service is expressed, and it's also the path of gaining the realization is to be absorbed in remembering God and living according to what pleases Krishna. And there's nothing that pleases Krishna more than to be absorbed in loving and showing honor, respect, and compassion to others. That is Sanatana Dharma. That's beyond sectarian religious ideas. That's the eternal Jaiva Dharma, the eternal Dharma of the soul. To help the fallen souls who have forgotten this, the Lord manifests yada yada hi dharmasya through various incarnations. In the Vedic literatures, it describes Lord Varaha, Lord Narasimhadev, Lord Ramchandra, Lord Sri Krishna, and many incarnations of the Lord. And the Lord manifests to reveal himself so that we can have a personal relationship within the form of the deity, the Arthamurti. So almost 100 years ago, these deities of Lakshmi-Narayana were worshipped right here in this property. And I believe originally this building was an orphanage, the Lady Northcote Hindu Orphanage. And according to Vedic literatures, Aham bija pratapita. Krishna tells, I am the eternal mother and father of every living being. So from a spiritual point of view, when we're separated from our awareness, separated from awareness of God's love for us and our natural love for God, when we're separated from the reciprocation of that love, we are considered spiritually to be orphans. And Krishna is so merciful, so kind, so compassionate. He comes in the form of a temple just so that we could recognize that our true mother, our true father, our true friend, and our true beloved is with us. And when we recognize the form of God in the temple, and we learn how to serve, how to be attracted, how to be absorbed, then gradually we realize, by God's grace, that the Lord is within our heart. And He knows everything in the past, present, and future. And what we've done in this lifetime, and what we've done in past lifetimes, something like that. They may have been quite disturbing at times. But sarvadharaman purityasya, the Lord within our heart never leaves us. The Paramatma. Not only does the Paramatma never leave us, but the Lord in the Paramatma is always eager and ready to forgive us and to enlighten us, to liberate us, and the ultimate liberation, to reveal Himself to us. So yes, every temple more or less is an orphanage where the Lord is coming to Srila Prabhupada would use the term back home, back to Godhead, so that orphans could actually find their way to our eternal, true, spiritual home. And the Lord reveals that opportunity to us through the hearts of those who love Him. Mad bhakta pujabhyadika. Mahat sevam dwaram ahurva muktes. Srimad Bhagavatam Rishabdev tells that when we serve those who love the Lord, Mahat Sevam Dwaram, then the doors to the highest liberation are opened in our life. Without such great personalities, we can't really understand how to recognize, how to really appreciate, and how to reciprocate with the Archa Vigraha in the temple. Durlabha manava janama satsange. The human life is such a rare gift, but the most rare gift is satsang, the association of people who are truly trying to live honestly, earnestly, and sincerely trying to live in the service of the Supreme Lord, who are trying to help one another to live in the path of Dharma. Our beloved Guru Srila Prabhupada, he would sometimes say, there are different paths that people take, different levels of Dharma. One is to live piously so that we could enjoy the things of this world. But no matter how pious and how enjoyable, old age, disease, and death are inevitable for everyone. So then there is those who are trying to renounce everything in this world, trying to make our desires void, that nothing is mine. Therefore, we don't want to do anything, just meditate. Krishna tells in Gita, Sarvaloka Maheshwara, everything is God's property. So Srila Prabhupada would tell, if everything is God's property, what do you have to renounce? We may say, I'll give up my possessions, but they're not your possessions to give up. I'll give up my wealth. I'll give up my occupation. I'll give up all these things. But how great is it if you give up what's already belongs to someone else? If I take food from Gopinath Chandra's plate and give it to someone and say, oh, just see, I am giving. Of course you'll benefit because it's Gopinath Chandra Prasad. Maha Prasad. But you'll benefit because of the recognition, not because I'm giving, but because it's coming from the Lord or his devotee. So true Dharma, Sanatana Dharma, bhakti, is recognizing everything belongs to Krishna. So let me utilize everything in a way that pleases Krishna, in a spirit of devotion, in a spirit of compassion, in an actual mood of seva or service. To claim God's property to be my own, to renounce something that we never had, are not complete. The complete Dharma is when we strive to use whatever God gives us in a way that's in harmony with Krishna's pleasure. Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papibhyo mokshayishame masuja. This is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. Abandon all varieties of dharma, of trying to enjoy and renounce, and just take shelter of me, surrender to me. Arjuna was a family person. He had wife, he had children, he had government responsibilities. And he was thinking, I don't want to, there's no use trying to enjoy it because there's too much suffering. So let me just renounce it all. And Krishna actually chastised him. And that's what Bhagavad Gita, to convince Arjuna, don't try to just be the enjoyer and don't try to be the renouncer, but engage your occupation, engage your family responsibilities, engage your skills, engage your intelligence in harmony with Krishna's love for all beings. That is seva. And then Krishna tells, if you just surrender in this way, take shelter in this way, surrender doesn't mean just to give up. Surrender actually means to live in harmony with God's love and compassion in this world. And Krishna appears within the sound vibration of the names of Krishna. Hadranama, Hadranama, Hadranameva Kevalam. Kalo Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatiranyata. This age of Kali is a very, very divided time. So much quarrel, so much anxiety, so much confusion. But the names of God, the names of Lord Hari, they can cleanse us, purify us, and actually give us the happiness that we're all seeking. Anandam Buddhivardhanam. Kali Kale Namarupe Krishnavatar. Krishna has descended in the sound vibration of his holy names. So we strive to absorb ourselves. Just as Lakshmi-Narayana appeared 100 years ago, and Radha Gopinath have appeared almost 40 years ago. And so many temples in so many places, Tirupati, Srirangam, Radha Govinda temple in Vrindavan, Badrinath temple, Himalayas. That same Lord is accessible at every moment, in any place, for anybody who's sincere in this beautiful avatar of Harinam, of the holy names. And how do we know all these things? How do we know that God's words are in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, Ramayana? How do we know how to approach the deity of the Lord? Krishna is so kind. From the hearts of those sadhus, mahatmas, acharyas, Krishna teaches us. We could read scriptures again and again and again, but Krishna describes Mahajano Yena Gadasa Panta. But to come to the actual conclusion of how God is in the holy names, how the Lord is within the deity form, what the Lord is actually teaching us in the scriptures. We need teachers. We need acharyas. And today is the appearance day of one such great acharya, Sri Ramanujacharya. He was born, I believe, in the English year of 1017. Is that it? So he appeared in this world over 1,000 years ago. And an acharya is one who teaches by example. And he was especially a devotee of Lakshmi-Narayana. He was the acharya of Kanchipuram, Srirangam, Tirupati, and he travels, throughout India and established the path of pure bhakti or devotion. To understand that the supreme truth is the Lord who is seated within everyone's heart, whose bodily radiance is the all-pervading Brahman, and who ultimately the source of everything that exists is the Lord who is living in the spiritual world of Vaikuntha. And in the liberated, the supreme liberated state of the soul, we could have an eternal loving relationship with the Lord in this spiritual world. And we could realize that eternal loving relation even in this world. Ramanujacharya, his guru was Yamunacharya. But Yamunacharya left this world before Ramanuja had a formal relationship with him. He received shiksha, he received inspiration, he had complete faith in his guru, Yamunacharya. And he dedicated his complete life to serving the mission of Yamunacharya. But he received formal initiation from his godbrothers, Yamunacharya's disciples. One was Mahapurna. So Ramanujacharya came from Kanchipuram to Srirangam. And there he was studying with Mahapurna as a student. Mahapurna understood he is the acharya. He's my guru. But he wants me to be in the role of his guru. So he took that role. And Ramanujacharya was so gratefully serving. Even Ramanuja was a sannyasi and Mahapurna was a grihastha. Still he was serving him. That spirit of bhakti, that spirit of being servant of the servant. One day, Mahapurna spoke to him. He said, Ramanuja, you are such a good student and you're going so deeply into this understanding, into this bhakti. And I want you to deeply understand a mantra. And there is someone who knows this mantra and has deeper realizations and can give you a better explanation than myself. His name is Gopinath. And he's living in a village about 100 kilometers from here. You should go there and receive not only the mantra, but the understanding of the mantra. This is actually an extraordinary thing. In an ordinary sense, usually gurus like to keep disciples for themselves. Sometimes even compete. Sometimes even canvass. But here's his guru telling him that the gurus were in such sync with each other. They had such harmony with each other. They had such trust and respect for each other. Go and receive mantra from him. He could give it even better than me. So Ramanuja, in surrender to his guru, he went to another guru. But they were the same guru because they were both servants of the same Ramanujacharya. They were God brothers. Such love, such respect, such appreciation. So Ramanujacharya walked about 100 kilometers. He came to this town. He went to Gostipurna. And he said, my Guru, Mahapurna, he has sent me to be instructed in this mantra. In Gostipurna, he meditated on it. He said, I have never given this mantra to anyone. He said, the mantra you are asking me about, this mantra is very pure. And actually, no one with any material desires can understand it, what to speak of, can properly chant it or meditate upon it. So he told Ramanuja, let me think about it, you come back. So Ramanujacharya went, I think it was Tirukula. And he came all the way back to Tirukotior or something. And he came back to Srirangam. And he gave some time. And during that time, there was a festival in Srirangam. And Gostipurna came from his town for this festival. And the pujari of the deity during the procession of Srirangam, he heard the voice of the Lord. And he called out, Gostipurna, you should give the mantra to Ramanuja. Gostipurna said, but this mantra is completely pure. You can't give it to someone who's not completely pure. And then the priest said, Ramanuja, you don't understand. He can purify the whole world. But still, Gostipurna was reluctant. So Ramanujacharya came back 100 kilometers. And he's very humble, bowed down. He wasn't demanding, he wasn't insisting, he was just trying to fulfill what his guru asked him to do. And he, with all of his heart, he wanted to humble himself to receive the mercy of a great saint. So Gostipurna said, let me think about it. Go back. Ramanujacharya went back and forth 18 times. Now it's like 200 kilometers each trip, 18 times. How many kilometers is that? It's a lot. And that's how eager he was. Now, for many of us, we don't get what we want, we just go somewhere else. Or we complain, something wrong with you. But Ramanujacharya, after 18 visits to Tirukotiora, back to Srirangam, and back and forth, he was thinking in his heart that I was asked to receive it. This was my service. I must be so impure. I must be so unqualified. He's such a great soul. But he sees I'm not fit to receive it. So Ramanuja became so humble. He was crying. And some people who saw this, they went to Gostipurna and explained the situation. So the 19th time, Ramanuja went there. And Gostipurna said, I can understand how sincere you are. We cannot demand or expect mercy. But when we're truly grateful that Krishna and through his great souls gives us mercy. So he came back and he bowed down and he just offered his seva and his heart. And Gostipurna said, I can understand now that you are the only person in this world that I have ever seen that is actually fit to understand and receive this mantra. So I am going to give it to you and explain it. And what was the explanation? That this mantra it's the name of the Lord. It purifies the mind and purifies the heart. It's not different than Lord Narayan. And therefore, no person who is not pure the Lord should not be subject in his name to be recited by somebody who is not pure. It's an offense to God to be impure and chant this mantra. So you are the only person fit. You must never repeat it to anyone. Because if you do, you will go to hell, to Naraka. So Ramanuja heard the mantra. And then he bowed down to his guru. He got explanation of it. He got mantra. And then he left. He was on his way back to Srirangam. And as he was walking, he was thinking in his mind, because he was chanting the mantra, and this is the effect of the mantra. He was chanting Harinam, and he was feeling such an ecstasy of love of God, and the symptom of that ecstasy is he started feeling such deep compassion for all beings. How can I be so happy and everyone's so suffering? And as he was walking, he was thinking like this. With tears from his heart, he was feeling our suffering. And he looked around and he saw people. Some were pious, some were impious, but they were disconnected from the eternal happiness of the soul. They were going to inevitably suffer. So Ramanuja called out that everyone, I want to freely give you the most precious jewel. And the word spread. He said, come to the temple of Lord Vishnu. And that's quite a popular advertisement. That I'm going to give you the most priceless of all jewels. And I'll give to everybody. So the word spread. Within a few minutes, there were thousands and thousands of people gathered. So Ramanujacharya saw them all, and he was feeling such love for the Lord in every heart, such compassion. So in order to give everyone the jewel, he climbed up to the top of the temple of Vishnu. And everyone was so eager. They were all looking up at him. And when they, just by seeing him, they became so transformed. Because Ramanuja began by saying, "You are all more dear to me than my very life." And he said it with such sincerity. They believed it. They believed. We are more dear to him than his very life. What is more dear to us than our life? Such love. Radha, when we're in the association of sincere devotees of the Lord, sincere sadhus, Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha. They give us faith. They give us faith in God's mercy that's flowing through their teachings. You are more dear to me than my very life, and I have promised you the most precious jewel. I am going to give you the most precious of all wealth. And everybody, he asked, who wants it? And everybody cheered. I want it, we want it. And he said, this is the jewel. God's holy names. Repeat after me. And with a thunderous voice, full of deep sincerity, he called out the mantra. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. But the history books describe that when he chanted it, everyone was so eager to receive it. They so loudly cried out in response. It was thunderous. It filled the world. Om Namo Narayanaya. They felt so happy. Their faces were so light with a connection to Krishna. They had a connection that would inevitably bring them to the highest destination of Vaikuntha. So they realized we just received the highest wealth. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Param drištva nivartate. When you experience a higher principle, then you're no longer really attracted to lower things. Anandamayo bhyashat. We're all looking for happiness. When we find the happiness of the mercy of saintly people, sadhus, when we find the happiness of God's love and God's presence in his holy names. There's the beautiful story of Dhruva Maharaj. He was insulted by his stepmother. And he was so devastated, his heart was so broken, his mind was shattered. He felt so betrayed by his own father, the king, that he went to the forest to ask God, Lord Narayan, to give him a kingdom better than his father or grandfather. Such an enormous treasure, wealth, power, prestige, and all the happiness that comes with that. He was so determined to get that. And while he was in the forest, he was only 5 years old, he met Narada Muni, a great saintly person like Ramanujacharya. And Narada Rishi, he met him, he said, Dhruva, you should go home. You're just a little boy. Your father betrayed you. Please don't take it so seriously as your stepmother insulted you. You have more you go home and play and study. Dhruva, he said, if you can't tell me how I can fulfill my goals through worship of the Lord, then I'm not interested. So Narada saw he was really serious. He didn't want anything else except to be with the Lord, but he wanted material things. So Narada Muni said, you chant this mantra. But he gave him the mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And he taught him how to make a deity and worship a deity of Lord Vishnu, just out of mud on the bank of Yamuna in the Madhuban forest. And just by chanting this mantra and worshiping the Lord, Dhruva became so purified. He was actually, Lord Narayan revealed himself within Dhruva's heart. And he was in such a state of samadhi. He was standing on one foot, not even eating. He was in such an absorption. And suddenly, Lord Narayan, who he was seeing with all his beauty and glory within his own heart, disappeared. And he opened his eyes, and the same Lord was standing in front of him. And Lord Narayan, he said, Dhruva, ask for anything you like. You want a kingdom greater than your father and grandfather? I will give. Ask. Dhruva said, I only want one thing. I want to lovingly serve you as a servant of your servants. That's all. Lord Narayan said, well, what about you? You've been doing all this tapasya. I'm willing to give you everything. And Dhruva, he said, my Lord, I was looking for broken pieces of glass, and I have received the rarest, most precious of all jewels. The greatest of all wealth, pure devotion. And what is that devotion? The darshan of the Supreme Lord. To recognize that this darshan at this moment is more precious than all the prestige and the power and the control and the wealth of the whole universe. Because it awakens the Lord awakens our love. So Ramanujacharya, he gave this jewel to everyone. And they were all completely happy. No one said, what is this? I came for. They were all like Dhruvas. I came for broken glass and you gave me a real dime in the form of loving service of the Lord. darshan of the Lord and the holy name. So after that, Ramanuja, he was actually on his way back to Srirangam. But then he was thinking, he was so happy that he gave such a blessing to so many people. He decided to go and thank his guru for giving him the mantra. So he went back to Gosti Purna's ashram, and in the meanwhile, the townspeople told Gosti Purna that Ramanuja just gave this secret mantra to thousands and thousands of people. And even though it's so secret, they were loudly, thunderously chanting, and everybody's constantly chanting it now. So Ramanuja humbly comes before Gosti Purna and bows down. He does dandavats. Gosti Purna looks at him and said, "How dare you show your face to me? You betrayed me. I have told you that if you give this mantra to anyone, you will go to hell. And yet you gave it to everyone. Get out from here. I don't never want to see your sinful face ever again." Ramanuja, very humble. He was not disturbed. He just humbly shared his heart with his guru. He said, "You told me that the secret of this mantra is anyone who chants it will attain Vaikuntha. If all these thousands and thousands of people and everybody they meet, if all of them go to Vaikuntha by chanting this mantra, that it's a very small thing if I go to hell. If one little person like me goes to hell, so many other people can be with Lord Narayan and love him, then I'm willing." He said it with such sincerity, with such respect and such humility. Gosti Purna, as soon as he heard it, he completely transformed. Tears of joy sprung from his eyes, and he embraced Ramanuja. And Gosti Purna said, "I have never met anyone who is so dear to Lord Narayan as you." And Gosti Purna said, "Today I accept you, Ramanuja, as my guru. And I am your disciple." He said, "You are truly great. I'm just a very common, ordinary devotee." And Ramanujacharya, upon hearing this, he said, "Guru Maharaj, whatever I gave, it's only by your mercy. It's because you are the one who delivered all these thousands and thousands of people by giving this mantra. I'm just sharing your grace, your mercy, your love with all these people." And Ramanujacharya was with two of his first two disciples were with him, Kuresh and Dasarati. And they witness all of this. And when Gosti Purna spoke these words to Ramanuja, that you are truly, there's nothing that pleases the Lord more than the willingness to accept inconveniences out of compassion to others. Ramanujacharya, people were talking about his wonderful qualities and chanting this beautiful holy names in all directions. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, we read about Lord Shiva, Shankar Bhagavan. Out of compassion for all of us, he drank an ocean of poison. He condensed it and drank it. And there, in that passage, it is declared by Shukadev Goswami that there is no service that is more pleasing to the Lord than being willing to endure difficulties to show compassion for others. So on this very holy day of the appearance of Ramanuja, just this one little story, which is among whole histories and biographies of his life of love, devotion, and compassion. And our beloved Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, he was that lineage of pure compassion as an expression of love for Krishna is how we have all received the holy names of the Lord. He was living in Vrindavan, at the very heart of Vrindavan, at Seva Kunj. And at old age, he traveled around the world 12 times without resources, without, at the beginning, no followers, no help, no money. But he had such compassion. He just wanted, he could not bear to see people suffering without God's love. He could see how the influence of Kali was going to devour everybody in due course. But kalerado sanidera janasti heka mahanguna kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangha paramraje. In this age of Kali, ocean of faults, but there's a benediction that simply by chanting the names of Hari, one can attain the ultimate liberation. So he was willing to sacrifice, risk everything. When he was on the boat, he wrote in his diary, 1965, after heart attacks and seasickness, I'm feeling so much separation from Vrindavan and Radha Govinda, Radha Damodar, Radha Gopinath. I'm all alone without anyone, but I'm very happy because I'm coming with this mission of compassion that Lord Chaitanya and all the great acharyas have given. So on this very, very special day of Ramanuja's appearance, the annual day we celebrate, once a year we have this celebration in honor of the original temple. Imagine Lakshmi and Narayan. From 1928 approximately, they've been waiting for us. Patiently waiting for us. Thank you very much. This whole festival is all by the grace of this one person. Can you announce what everyone's supposed to do now? We'll have Arati downstairs now.
Hare Krishna, we'll have Ma Arati downstairs now at the Lakshmi-Narayana temple down, and then Prasad is already started for everyone. Yeah, thank you. Let us express our gratitude to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj for giving us so much time and wisdom by 3 times chanting Haribo! Haribo! Haribo!